Alright, so I don't typically cover drama on the channel, and this is definitely different from the norm here, so I'll understand if this video isn't for you. That being said, I think it's important to highlight something going on in the community that is very shady and scummy. The topic for today is a person called Shabiggles, known for his custom game browser game mode, Traxus. The drama starts from a tweet that I came across of this person shilling a Halo-themed cryptocurrency, which just legally sounds like a bad idea. Funny enough, he's using the Halo Infinite Craig Brute meme, which he doesn't own, for his own crypto coin. This was obviously such a red flag, so in response, all I did was say that I've seen my share of crypto scams before, and I lightly insinuated that this might also be one. I mean, can you really blame me? This already looks like something the corporate suits at Microsoft would gladly throw a lawsuit at. This guy then decided to have a full-blown meltdown over it that quickly devolved into some kind of religious schizoid psychosis about my profile picture. Now, I've never really talked about religion on here. I mean, why would I? It's a fucking Halo mod channel. But yeah, it's a pentagram in there, and it doesn't mean I'm theistically a Satanist, just because I like the aesthetic. I think it couldn't be any clearer that I'm an atheist. I actually think there's a lot you can learn from religion and many teachings of faith, but when you let it dictate everything in your life like this person clearly does, it can lead to an unhealthy relationship with your faith. Also, it shouldn't even need to be said, but I don't care what you believe in, and trying to get others to adopt your views aggressively isn't really going to benefit your faith in any kind of way. Shabiggles even made posts in Halo Twitter communities about me for some reason. I don't think stupid Twitter drama deserves to be in there, and it would be better if it was just cool Halo clips, so both admins for each community remove the post. Moving on from that, what I can gather between his schizophrenic rants is that he has issue with the fact that I called his shitcoin a scam, because it's quote-unquote a free-to-earn asset. If that isn't sending a massive red flag to you, then I don't know what will. I ended up asking him to elaborate on how these free assets get distributed to people that earn them. His response being that people would at him on Twitter with clips of them playing his game mode in the MCC custom game browser, and he would send them Craig coin to their wallets. Actual Web3 crypto games already seem pretty fishy, and this method just seems very juvenile, like something a group of nerdy high schoolers would have come up with. He likes to hide behind that this is a free-to-earn asset, but what he leaves out is that it's just like every other shitcoin on the market right now. It can be bought and sold, and it's not actually connected to any Web3 application. So it's very clear that he's using religion to promote this coin. It's also kind of funny towards the end here, he takes the angle of, oh, I'm a better modder than you, kinda shitting on me, but I'll get more into that a little later. Speaking about modding real quick, since I don't really promote it nearly as often, let me take a little break to shill my own. If you enjoy the stuff I regularly make, consider supporting me over on Patreon, or maybe buy me a coffee over on Ko-Fi. Both are linked down below in the description. Given that this guy is a crypto shill, I could easily look at mod pages and stats and whatnot, but I want to be as humble as possible because I personally don't believe in making fun of someone's modding ability. Actually, I think Traxus is a pretty cool mode, with it being like a megalo-scripted hero shooter, but this guy Shabiggles seems almost too boastful about his mod. Maybe boastful isn't the right word, maybe deluded is more fitting here. This tweet here shows that he has some kind of weird idea that his game mode is equivalent to actual games made by developers. To me, it sounds like he's LARPing as a game dev and has some schizo fantasy that he wants to live out through modding. Now, I'm no doctor and I'm not trying to diagnose anyone, but in my armchair doctor opinion, I would say this is a clear case of religious psychosis with a sprinkle of schizophrenic delusions. He has this belief that God himself gave him the idea for his Traxus game mode to combat Satan and use Halo to convert people to his belief. Everything was already bad enough, and I've already talked about how boastful this guy is about his mod. The whole thing doesn't seem very Christian, and I've been around people of faith enough to know when someone's using religion to further their own goals, like Shabiggles is currently doing. Also, if you're watching this far, I urge you not to harass this dude or attack him because of his faith. There's clearly something very wrong with him, and I hope he gets the help he needs. You can see from this screenshot that he claims he made Traxus, and if you go to his profiles, you'd probably come to the conclusion that he did. I was gonna look into the Traxus project myself, but your local Oni agent kindly let me know that Shabiggles didn't actually make his game mode, he commissioned it from Rabid MagicMan instead. Claiming you made something and not crediting the person you commissioned it from is such a shady thing to do. I decided to reach out to Rabid MagicMan to see if he could confirm if this was true, and boy did he have a lot to say. I urge you to pause and read through the screenshot yourself, but the long and short of it is that on top of being a schizoid religious zealot, he also uses his money to abuse modders that work under him for his project. He also apparently went on drunken, racist, homophobic, and transphobic rants in Rabid MagicMan's server, but I'll say allegedly for now since I don't have the screenshots to back that up. Moving on from that, he just also seems like an awful person to work with as a modder, constantly arguing with people he commissions from, and he threatens to quote-unquote fire them and find new modders to take over their spot. It should be clear now that the game type itself is entirely Rabid MagicMan's creation, and I think it's a pretty neat mode. You should also give Rabid MagicMan a sub over on his channel. It'll be linked down below in the description. He's a pretty chill dude, and he's made tons of custom modes for the MCC's custom browser, and is probably the reason it's still kicking today. Continuing on, Rabid MagicMan neatly summed up Shabiggles' whole character here. We've seen this man have a whole religious meltdown over my slightly edgy profile picture. As I write this right now, it's been over 24 hours since I've made that initial tweet, and Shabiggles is still rage replying to every single person in my replies. We've also seen him be completely delusional about Traxus, but it goes even deeper here. From believing that there were secret Easter eggs in Halo games that connect to Valve games, of course, to delusions that Microsoft will hire him and fire 343, despite him not having any kind of game dev experience. And finally, the schizo idea of him that making a Halo mod or game is gonna convert people en masse to Christianity. On a side note about his delusions, Rocket Sloth's Elijah provided me with Shabiggles' theory that a man that died on the Titanic, John Jacob Astor IV, was resurrected by Nikola Tesla and became Jason Jones from Bungie. We've already established that this dude may be schizophrenic, but I thought this little detail was actually a pretty funny connection. You can find more in Rocket Sloth's video linked down below. Rabid MagicMan also points out a little irony here that the Halo games were actually a tale about religious fanaticism and breaking down those beliefs to think critically for yourself. It's why characters like the Arbiter remain one of my favorites to this very day. To take a quote from the character, "There was honor in our covenant once, and there shall be again." I know the actions of this one person doesn't reflect on the whole Christian community. I've already seen a few other Christian Halo fans replying to this guy, calling him out. To end the video off, I want to say again, don't go harassing this guy as he clearly needs medical help and I hope he gets it. Also, shout out to Rabid MagicMan for clearing things up and having to deal with this for years. If you watched this far, I appreciate you and I hope you enjoyed this very out of the norm video. I haven't uploaded as much because I've been working on both some Reach mod stuff and my Fallout Halo mod, but I have plans for videos on both soon. Until then, I'll see you later.
Literally no fucking audio for anything.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
No matter how loud my shit is.
Here.
Right
So I was
there,
just
my
eating
thing.
while watching y'all play, bro.
One's on camo, I think. He just used the grav lift. Yes.
One's low by grav lifts.
Drop down in front of you, Jaquan.
Got him.
Nice. Right there on my ping. Elbow. 2 elbow, 1 on my ping. I'm 1 shot, bro. Fuck.
Snipes outside.
On north landing and on my ping.